Welcome back, class. So we are in the middle of talking about our gram-positive bacteria. We just covered our firmicutes, which are the low G+C. Now let's talk about our actinobacteria, which are our high G+C. First, we have Mycobacteria. Mycobacteria have mycolic acids in their cell wall, so these are going to be acid-fast bacteria. Within the Mycobacteria, we have M. tuberculosis, which causes tuberculosis. That is a respiratory infection of the lungs. And we have M. leprae, which causes leprosy, more commonly now called Hansen's disease, which is able to grow in the peripheral nervous system and in the skin. As it grows, the tissue will die or lead to necrosis of their body and end up with these disfiguring nodules. One interesting thing that I learned about leprosy is that this is a disease that has only existed for about 500 years. So there are a lot of ancient sacred texts that talk about leprosy and people and what leprosy was done with them. And almost guaranteed, nobody then had leprosy. They probably had other diseases, maybe something like syphilis or, erythema or something else going on. That was just mistranslated by scribes who didn't know anything about microbiology, but they knew what leprosy was at their time. So that's just a little interesting side quip if anyone's interested in that. Next, we have Corynebacteria. Corynebacteria are club-shaped. So if you look at the picture, they kind of have these shapes like, Fred Flintstone would carry around a club or something. So they are pleomorphic. Corynebacteria are commensal on the eye. We've talked about that a little bit already, that it can grow on the eye without much impact on you. But one type that does cause disease is C. diphtheriae, which causes diphtheria. This is an upper respiratory tract infection. Here you can see in this picture this gray membrane here. That diphtheria is going to form that membrane, which makes it difficult to breathe and also creates this bull neck. So this bulging of his neck here caused by diphtheria. Diphtheria is vaccine preventable, so there's no reason for kids to be getting this disease anymore. And most of the impact of diphtheria is caused by an exotoxin, so it's not the bacteria itself, but the exotoxin it produces. Next is Streptomyces. Streptomyces is a strict aerobe. We've already talked about it. It's important commercially because it produces so many antibiotics. So a lot of research has been performed on Streptomyces to try to find new antibiotics. It also is commonly found in soil and gives soil that kind of musty odor. If you think of like opening a bag of potting soil, it's got a nice smell. That's from this gas geosmin that's produced by Streptomyces that gives the soil that odor. Then Actinomyces, these are facultative anaerobes. In animals, it can be found in the throat and mouth. One species is A. israelii, which causes actinomycosis. This is an inflammation of the head and neck that can destroy tissues and create abscesses in the throat and mouth. Nocardia is very similar to Actinomyces. It is aerobic and also common in the soil. In asteroides can create chronic pulmonary infections. That means a long-term lung infection. It's called nocardiosis as a lung infection. And its mycetoma is when it starts having this, like this picture, this destructive infection of the feet and hands. Mainly these are going to be opportunistic infections. So what group of bacteria makes most of the commercially important antibiotics? Okay, I will meet you back to start talking about our proteobacteria in our next video. Bye.